All right, so now we're picking up. All right, so last week, you guys decided to start a riot, pretty much. You went into town, and
No
while your
regrets.
friend Rio was about to have a trial at a court, your friend Elijah decided to cast heat metal on the man holding him, releasing him, and the rest of you guys decided to flee into the city from what is basically the magic item police. You fled into the city. You ended up in the Tengu camps where you stayed the night, and you learned of a way into the sewers to take care of the problem that the Blackfish is having with the rats down there. The Tengu made a deal to allow you all into their inner sanctum where they have their temple kind of laid up in the sewers. If you were able to bring him a dragon egg. So the next morning, you guys dressed up in cloths and went out to try and find a way around. Our friend Sunvar and Sagran decided to go a little bit of a different direction than the rest of the group did, going in the eastern gate. And he was able to luckily find his way in, while the rest of you guys started a riot at a gate that was a bunch of angry humans. Um, Once inside, Sagaran then saw there was a choice of a very nice looking egg on a pedestal and a pile of kind of regular looking dragon eggs. He grabbed one from the pile and the one on the pedestal and fled, waking up the father dragon, who was then very pissed off at you guys. You guys then kind of slowly ran away. Sagran and Sunvar were able to cast invisibility and disappear. Leonardo was able to merge with the crowds and do some invisible stuff himself. Remy was just good enough to know her way around town and saw her way out and was able to sneak away herself. That left our two friends, Vetner and Elijah, out in the open running for their lives. They found their way to a small sewer grate where they were able to rip off the manhole cover, and then tying a rope to one end, they decided to sneak inside, trying to get away. Vetner had just cast the spell Fairy Fire inside of the sewer where you guys were going down the rope, and you could see the floor was basically a sea of rats. Where the Fairy Fire was, the rats seemed to kind of run away a little bit, and thinking about whether or not to stay here, you guys looked up and you saw the breath of the dragon overtake the entrance to the tunnel, freezing over, trapping you all inside. Elijah, you are technically, technically, Holden's character Vetner is there with you right now. We're gonna start off with you and him, technically just on the rope, as you hear the squeaks of millions of small rodents on the ground. The fairy fire is centered around where the rope is touching the ground here. So that means all the rats have kind of cleared out on that little spot, so there is a little bit of dry ground you could land at if you wanted to go down. You can see up above you, the ceiling is frozen.
I guess
What?
we'll go down.
Okay. You slide down to the bottom of the rope, and you end up on the kind of cement and old stone that is the sewer. You and Vetner get down there. He's consistently casting fairy fire just to keep you guys kind of safe. Um, you guys look around. You can hear above the stomping of a great beast as it walks on in its own way somewhere else. Um, what would you like to do down here in the darkness? You get a very slight light. Even though you have dark vision, it's still not super far away that you can see. Um, but it's there's a lot of little rats around here.
I want to step 5 feet away from Vetner and yell Vardant to activate my jacket. And I also want to cast a light onto my scimitar if that will help me see more.
You scream Vardant and roll a d12 for me. Okay, it's gonna last for about 15 seconds. Um,
Nice.
and the flames of the Vardant kind of surround you. It bursts. A lot of the rats kind of run away as soon as you do that, and they all kind of collectively come around you. As you cast light on your sword, You can see that it's a little bit better than it was with the Fairy Fire. It does keep the rats a little bit farther away at a farther range.
Is there any sort of tunnel or...
Oh yeah, you're in a sewer, so you can see northwards the tunnel goes and southwards the tunnels go.
Can I try going north?
Yeah, you can go in the tunnels. Vector and you go together in the tunnels north. It's very dark, but you guys go. Vector is basically blind because he's a human, he cannot see. So anything perception-wise check, you will have to make while you're in the sewers. He doesn't get a chance at all.
Sounds good.
So you guys head northward. And as you go farther and further north, there's a split in the road, and it goes left and right. The rats are kind of swarming around you. Which way would you want to go?
Right.
Go right. As you go right, you can hear kind of above ground a little bit. You can hear the screams of people, and it sounds like there's fighting in the streets above you. You're not sure what's going on up there. But you keep going. You can see a little bit of sunlight coming down from the ceiling. It's about 30 to 40 feet up from where you're at right now. And off in the distance, you see what looks like a small red orb of fire glowing. You can't really make out why or what this is, but you can see it's quite a distance away in the tunnel, but you can see it ahead of you.
So I can see sunlight upwards, and also further in the tunnel I can see a red glowing orb.
So upwards you can see sunlight coming in from the outside world, but straight forward you see a red glowing orb of some sort.
Can I try going up and saying... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go get the orb. Let's go get the orb.
Okay, you start walking towards the orb. A little bit of time passes, a couple seconds, and as you get closer you can make it out now that this is actually a ball of fire. And it seems to be in the center of someone's palm who's carrying it and walking towards you.
Nice. I love that. I'm going to turn back around and try to get out of this tunnel as fast as I can.
You turn around, so you're going to start running back towards the rope?
Yes.
Okay. You run back to the first pass that you were at. Do you go left or do you go right? Which is the way back?
Oh, no, I meant where I could see the sunlight.
Oh, you step back towards where kind of a little bit of sunlight is at. It's a couple feet back.
Yeah.
You're standing in the sunlight right now. You can still see the man with the fiery orb, or woman, you're not really sure what the figure is, still approaching. It seems a little...
Are they wearing metal?
From what you can see, you don't see metal, you just see the cloth that they're wearing.
Okay.
They approach, and they walk closer and closer, and at one point you see them, and from what you can make out, it's a Tengu. It's a raven man here in the sewers. He approaches you, he's about 10 feet away. You look at him, he looks like everything a Tengu should be, about 3 feet tall, kind of raven man, but there's one little odd thing you can't look away from, and that's in the center of his face. You see he has a long red nose. Like it's a human nose.
Long red nose?
Above his beak, you can see a long red nose sticks out.
Okay.
He walks right next to you. He looks at you. And then he motions his hand to follow.
I follow him.
He starts walking. He walks kind of back the way you guys go. And the rats kind of swarm away as he's holding out the ball of fire. And then he gets to back where the rope was that you and Vector came down on. He climbs up the rope, and then he presses the fiery ball against the ice, melting the manhole cover. And then you have a way out again, and he slides back down the rope. He looks at you, and then he looks at Vecna, and then he smiles. And then he extinguishes his flame, and then he just goes back in the darkness.
I don't like that, but I guess we'll go up.
Okay. You guys go up the rope, and you're back out in the real world. So while you guys were doing that, I'm going to cut back to the rest of the party. Everyone else, you were above ground, dealing with the issues that was the city basically being frozen. This music. And you guys kind of all snuck away. I'm going to say just for ease, all of you guys kind of met up back in an alleyway. You were able to find each other. What would you like to do right now? You just ran for your lives. I'll say the rest of you guys don't know anything about Sagaran and Sundvar having the eggs, except for Elijah.
I'm taking a head count.
Okay. You count all three of you.
I'm like, oh crap, we were missing.
I start counting on my hands really slowly. I'm like, 1, 2. Was it 2?
It's 3.
Maybe 2.
1 bread rock.
Oh right, the AB rocks. I forgot about them. Yes.
Rio, you see in front of you while you guys are sitting in this alleyway, there's a poster. And on the poster, it's written in common, and you can see the big red letters for wanted. And you can see the image of everyone in your party.
Oh no.
Is there a wanted poster for me as well?
It's a single wanted poster with everyone on there. So Sundvar is on there along with you.
Do we
I can't tell if it's your character or if
Is
it's
it-
you.
Is it an accurate drawing? Or is it like entangled when they get someone's nose
roll
wrong?
a luck check, and the higher you roll, the less accurate it is of a depiction of you guys' faces.
Wants to roll.
Or everyone
got-
can roll individually, so that like each individual person we can see who's actually close or not.
I like that, yeah.
Okay. It's like pretty.
Okay.
You can make out. It's at least if you're around like a 10 to about 13, you can at least make out the rules correct in the gender.
Oh my god.
What does that get me?
I'm gonna roll for Holden, and Dalton, go ahead and roll for yourself because I want to see what you actually get.
Okay. You said a what?
Holden got fucked.
That makes sense, kinda, but okay.
Sorry,
you got
Holden.
a 3. No.
It's because you cast heat metal on him.
Yeah, Elijah's is pretty spot on. Holden's, Vetner's is pretty, like, oddly specific, and no one else's names are included on the list, but for some reason, his name is written underneath. It says Vetner. They've actually got his name.
It's like his signature and everything.
Sagran, it's a picture of an orcish woman, with a pet bear, and that's what they got for you.
Jesus, buddy, you're not safe. Get out of town.
That's what they say. But for,
It's a bear!
that's what they got for you.
Amazing. That's amazing.
That's how close they were. They didn't get a good look at you.
I decided to keep the poster with me because it looks so much like me.
You can keep the poster. For the rest of you guys, they at least got the gender and at least the race right. So a Kasatha male and a sylph female are on the wanted poster. It's not super well with the details, but it's close enough. But Elijah, they got you down to a good detail, but they don't have your name, but they have Holden's name.
They know everything about Holden.
What'd you say?
He came from this city and...
Yeah.
Here are his parents' names.
I would like to go invisible and go to the market.
Again?
I'm not
Yeah.
going.
You can go to the market, sure. You can. I'll say before you go into the market, you're approaching it, and as you look into it, you can see from afar that it seems the security has almost doubled down.
Alright,
People aren't
screw
really
that.
selling
Never mind.
things. The market is more of a battlefield at this point because there seems to be
Oh, no.
Oh, that's right.
there seems to be dragons running around torching people.
Yeah. Never mind.
There's not really
I was just
market
gonna
to
get some
go
women's
to.
clothing, but whatever.
I just want to say to the group, I don't know where your friends are at, but I think we just need to go straight to the Tengus because I think they might help us.
The bird people?
Bird people, because we got dragons hunting
bird
us, we
people?
got vampire man hunting us. Like, we gotta go.
I'll
I like
have
birds.
everyone make a. I'll have everyone except Sogron make a knowledge local check, and you can do it. Well, no, Sogron, you're gonna take a knowledge local check, but Rio and Remy, you both get to roll with advantage, so roll twice and take a higher. Sogron, you just gotta roll
Okay.
normal because you're dumb.
Yeah.
I rolled with my new dice. I'm putting the. I rolled with my new dice.
Did you say
This
knowledge
is just-
local?
Yeah, knowledge local. This is just to think about how to move through the city smartly, not really stealthily, just to know where you're going. I'll take that. That's okay. Yeah, you
A 19's okay.
a 19 is great. An 11 is okay. A 9 is good enough. It wasn't too bad. There's chaos, so they're not necessarily looking for you directly.
They're not even looking for me. Fucking idiots.
Well, they are. They just don't know.
They're looking
like.
for my counterpart. It's my twin nemesis.
A female twin. That's right.
What's their name?
Yeah. What's her name?
Roland.
Roland. Okay.
Roland.
Female.
The bear's name is Papa.
Papa and Roland. This is
Yep.
What a
I feel
Female.
like there's gonna be a dungeon somewhere, and like that's gonna be my main like rival. Like there's gonna be like this.
That'd be
It's
so
gonna be
funny.
fucking Roland and Papa.
Somehow I feel like you're gonna get married to this character.
Oh, that could happen too. That you know what? There's so much that could happen with this.
And you better take
It's out
notes.
I'm recording this, so I don't have to. I won't lie, recording makes things so much easier. So you guys are heading down to the Tengu area. You make your way well enough. I'm gonna say nobody rolled poor enough, so it'd be bad. So you guys make your way to the Tengu type settlement. And as you're walking down towards there, you see crawling out of a manhole cover is Elijah and Vetner. And off in the distance, Drigger just kind of runs up and joins your party, just standing there next to you guys. And Drigger
Nice.
just looks massive now for some reason. He's at least grown at least 5 feet overnight.
I'm just super confused. Like, visibly confusion art is on my face. Like, I'm like, what?
Somebody's been drinking their milkies.
So your group is now heading back to the Tengu area. You can see that as you approach, it seems Tengu are all kind of running out of the city gate. Kind of towards the south side of the city, you can see that there's an opening in the wall, and most of them are heading towards there. What would you guys like to do in this moment?
Do we find?
Calmly.
Do we see the Tengu that we met with?
You go up to the cart where he is, where Greyfeather was, and you can see a small smokestack is happening on top of there, and you hear there's some frantic movements happening inside of the little cart.
Bust in.
You bust in. And as you go in, you can see he's frantically kind of pack things, trying to get ready. And he looks at you and says, "What are you doing here? What
What are you doing?
Did you? What did you do?
No, I didn't survive. What are you talking about? We got your egg that you requested.
Do you really have the egg?
I don't have it, but someone else in my group has it.
All right, who has the egg? Prove it to me."
Call my
I
friend.
gave the egg to Elijah.
He looks at Elijah, and he says, "All right, boy, where's the egg? Where is it?"
I hand it off to him.
He takes the dragon egg, and you just see this. There's this awe and fear in his eyes, and he says, "You did it." Ha!
Are you gonna make an omelet with it? Can I eat it?
No. We have. We're going to probably sell this. We have some high bidders who would definitely like this.
They like to eat dragon eggs?
We don't eat them.
They look delicious.
Usually,
I don't like eggs.
Most people we send on this mission end up getting murdered. They end up imprisoned or dead. You're the first to actually succeed. I can't believe it. You actually brought this back. You might actually be able to solve our problems in the sewers too. Huh.
Nope. Don't think we can do that.
You're not... All you gotta do, all that I'm saying is, if you can really end whatever's going on in the sewer down there, and make it so that we can probably escape into the sewers and live there, then we would be eternally grateful to you.
Why do you want to live in the sewers? That's gross.
Well,
No, there's Popey down there.
right now we're with how things are turning out, it seems that the dragon is probably going to put down any form of the rebellion that's still burning through the city right now. But if we can at least establish something in the sewers outside of where our temple is, then maybe we can, I don't know, plan a rebellion or think of future steps of overcoming the dragon king.
Right, but I mean, if you want our help, you have to tell us where the sewer entrance is at. Which is why we got your dragon egg in the first place. So I feel like we're just going around in circles here.
Well,
Visibly getting frustrated if you can't tell.
I can see that. I apologize, miss, but we've sent many of our own warriors and even mercenaries we've hired in the past into the sewers over the past month, and everyone we send down there, well, they're killed within moments or they die.
But we're not like other people. We got your dragon egg just like you asked for, and you said no one else has gotten it.
That's what I'm saying. You're giving me hope when I didn't have any for you. Well, I'm not impressed. Why don't you come and walk with me? We're gonna head down to the temple right now, and I'll show you exactly how to get where you're going. Okay.
Okay.
All right. He takes a dragon egg and he puts it in what looks like a small pouch under his arm, and he starts getting out of the carriage and motions for you all to follow him. As you guys all follow him, he takes you actually to where there's a large gap in the walls, and on the outside of the city, and there's some large cliffs that you're kind of walking down.
Like here?
Yeah, right there. There's a large path along a ridge around here that will take you all the way over here to the entrance. While he's taking you there, he looks at you and he says, "So, do you know why the sewers even happened in the first place, and what even led up to this going on?"
Rats.
Yes, there's lots of rats, and it does have to deal with the rats, but do you know about the Pied Piper?
No.
Heard his name a couple times.
Well, he was
How does he Pied
a man.
Pipes?
Does he have anything to do with the Muffin Man? Who lives on Drury Lane?
I've never go to
Muffin
Drury
Man?
Lane. Drury Lane is in the Elflands in the north. Don't go there.
Oh wow,
Anyways,
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
so we have there's a leader in the Dragon District. He's a great priest named Radagrast. He made a deal a while ago with an odd man that came to town. He came from the elf lands to the north, which I'm not sure if you know what the Feywilds are, but it's a weird land of fairies, gnomes, and other such odd kind of creatures, colorful and deadly. He came from that land, and he made a deal with the priest to get rid of all the rats. So, the man was quite odd, tall and very lanky and skinny. He wore colorful pants, striped, a tall top hat, and he paraded himself through town. We already had some small issues with disease plaguing some of the lower class citizens and some of the Tengu slaves, so the Black Dragon made a deal for an exorbitant amount of gold to get rid of every rat in the city. This man would use his magic. Now, the Black Priest didn't believe that this man could do this. And so, as all things seemed to happen, he was able to get rid of all the rats. He marched through town playing his pipe, a small steel thing. And as he played his song, marching around town, a parade of rats followed around him. And he then led them into the heart of the sewer and left them there to die. He crawled out, returning to the Black Priest, and asked for his payment. The Black Dragon Priest laughed in his face and told him that he could just go and die back in his elf lands. And the Pied Piper didn't like this. So he came back, marching through the city, and played a new song. A song that would send a shiver down your spine. Children followed that man. Every child from the age of 14 and younger followed the Pied Piper into the sewers. And since then, we heard their screams for days. The rats grew larger. The rats have become more emboldened day after day. People hated the Dragonkin since then, and rebellion was already on the edge. And so the Pied Piper still sits deep in the night. Sometimes you can hear him playing. In the heart of the sewers, you can reach it through our temple that we built. And so, we need you to kill him for the revenge of every parent who has lost a child here.
Is he a ghost now?
What'd you say?
Is he a ghost now?
The Pied Piper. I've seen glimpses of him. We sent some of our own men down there, and they never came back, but the glimpses that I saw of his chamber where he sits on a throne, and he's still alive. This happened only about a couple months ago. Wasn't a long time. So, whatever he is, he's not human. Though he looks like a human man. He's not elf. He's something more.
Oh, wow.
What's
So he
more
just
than
sits
an
in
elf?
Anyways, well, we're starting to get close to the temple. Any questions for me before we get inside? I'll warn you, it's not going to be the prettiest of places. It is a temple we've built in the sewers. We don't let anyone really in there.
I'm good.
All right.
Does it smell like poopy?
It can. I won't lie to you. Sewage water is not the best, and it's
I'd like to write
mixed
that
with
down.
blood probably now, though.
It can. He won't lie to us. It's probably mixed with blood now. Okay, got it. Go ahead.
And you guys arrive at kind of a large gate. You can see lots of Tengu are starting to shuffle in towards wherever this gate goes into. And he motions for you guys to follow him inside. Initially, it's kind of pitch black, but as you walk deeper into the tunnels, you can see torches holding blue flames are lined up against both the walls. Old stone seems to be what the walls are made of. And as you guys kind of look closer to it, you can see that the rock of the sewers is very similar to that of the same stone made in Torghast when you were in the underground city. These sewers look very much similar to that old city that you were in.
Huh.
You guys get deeper and deeper inside of this kind of tunnel until you come to a very large room. It's about 200 feet across by another 100 feet across. Lots of small kind of fires are scattered throughout here. Little kind of refugee tents are kind of being made up of what the Tengu have. And in the very center of the room, you can see that there is a very large statue of a woman wearing a blindfold. She holds a scythe over her shoulder, and she just is looking down upon everyone who walks in the room. The Tengu looks at you and he says, "This is Zyphus, the god of accidental deaths and remains." Remy, you look around the room and you can see that there is actually an owl flying around in the room.
I like flinch away from the owl. Every time it comes near, I flinch.
It's just kind of fluttering around in circles. It's just kind of landing on stuff. It's just in there. So you guys are now in this large room. You can see people are kind of scattered about. And he says, "So, once I take you into this back room, there's no going back. We close the door behind anyone who goes into the sewers. Are you all ready? Do you have any preparations you need to make before we let you in there?"
Actually, can we start this tomorrow? Because I'm pretty zonked out from getting trampled by some peasants.
Of course.
I just need a quick nap.
We can give you time. We have no fear of the dragonkin coming down here. The sewer tunnel is much too small for the dragon to actually come in, and the dragonkin know that we would probably kill anyone who came on the premise. So, if you follow us, we'll take you back to this area. We have some tents set up that you guys can use. And they're kind of poor shape. They're made of some animal skins and what look like remains of tree limbs that have been kind of put together in the sewer.
I take out my own tent.
You take out your own tent and you show off to everyone. Everyone looks at your high quality tent and they're very jealous. Everyone else doesn't get as good of a tent. Your tent actually smells nice. It keeps out the sewage smell. First, if you have stinky
Also have a
beds,
bedroll.
you're gonna get a really good night's sleep.
Yay.
Thankful.
The rest of you guys head off to bed. And he lets you guys stay for the night. There's some small kind of what looks like kind of soup of stuff made. It's like a brown kind of soup. You don't know what it is, but it's soup. You guys can eat it. It's being passed around.
Is it boot soup?
It is not boot soup, sadly. You don't see any boots in there. It's kind of letting us down.
Darn.
But there's some. You go through it and you can see there's little pieces of bone and fish and potatoes in there.
Take out the bones. I eat it.
You take out some of the bones and you eat it. It's pretty okay. It's not garbage, but you've this is probably some of the worst soup you've had, but it's not making you sick.
I eat it with the bones.
You eat it with you eat your bone soup.
It's very crunchy.
Sunvar starts nudging your arm, wanting some for himself.
Oh yeah, I'll pass him the bowl. We share.
Share. He just eats too much of the soup. He actually eats your whole bowl.
That's fine.
He eats a physical bowl.
He eats the whole bowl, yeah. He doesn't have regular anatomy. He's like a weird spirit thing. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he can.
Does he need to eat? He's a spirit
No, not
animal?
really. No,
No, he doesn't need to sleep either.
Oh, okay.
he just likes to. It's a pastime.
Elijah,
like a
you
hobby.
hear Todd on your shoulder. It's screaming violently. Your little fox. It wants some.
I hand him my bones.
You just hear. It just jumps off his shoulder and just starts just gnawing and breaking all the bones.
Stars.
So I'm gonna say you guys take your rest for the night, so you guys can take full health back. Zach, you can cast what spells you need to on Sunvar to heal him up. Everybody
Doesn't he? Oh, he
gets
doesn't
their
heal.
like special
We're
key
good.
points and everything back too for missing those.
Oh,
Yeah, yeet.
sweet.
So you guys are now fully healed. It's now the next morning. You can see there seems to be what looks like a scorpion being presented in front of the large statue as you guys are coming out of your cave. It's a small kind of scorpion, and it's placed before the altar. And you see out of the eyes of this giant statue of this god, a ball of fire just kind of erupts and then hits the scorpion, and then it polishes away. And then the scorpion you can see sitting in its place is now made entirely out of crystal. It's still a tiny scorpion, and then it skitters off somewhere in the sewers.
All right then.
So Greyfeather walks up to you guys and he says, "All right, guys, so I guess this is where we let you into the deep part of the sewers. Are you all ready?"
Any tips for survival?
When that man plays his flute, it brings in more rats. If you can disrupt that in
A
any
skin
way,
flute.
Hold up. I can't hear you. Say that again.
Skin flute.
whenever, Jesus, that's not what I said. Whenever the man plays the flute, it brings in more rats. So as long as you can disrupt that, that should help with that. Other than that, the rats seem to grow stronger every day, although I'm not sure if that has anything to actually deal with the Piper himself. Getting near the Piper is hard. When he walked through the cities, people ran from fear just being in sight of him. There's an odd toxic aura that kind of covers him, and getting too close to him can send people in just an unnatural magical kind of fear, and you just have to run for your life. It's kind of odd. I can't quite explain it. He's, like I said, I don't understand what he is, but he's not human or mortal, perhaps. I'm not sure, but
How much money was he owed?
he was owed, I believe it was 70,000 gold pieces.
Whoa.
He was not happy being betrayed like that, so
And that was by the Dragonkin that betrayed him, right?
yes, Dragonkin did not pay what he was owed, and in doing that, he took every child in the city, and now they're dead.
70,000 gold pieces. Jesus. Well, okay. Anything else?
That's all I can think. There is an odd sighting of a creature down there. It's called a Rat King. We don't know much about it, but for whatever reason, it can speak to the other rats and humans. It can give commands to the rats. Be careful of that.
Huh. Have y'all ever tried talking to them?
What'd you say?
I was asking in question. I mean, in character. Have you ever tried talking to him? Or have you never met him?
I've never met him. The guards up above that worked for the Dragonkin who tried going in there have said that they've seen it. It's not quite one rat, is the odd thing. It's like
Oh.
they described it being about 10 rats with their tails tied together, and each one of these rats was about the size of a wolf.
Oh.
Yes,
Huh.
this is a rat king. So, I don't know any more than that. The guards up above knew more about that, though. That's all I have to really share. Be careful, also. This goes without warning, but every rat in the sewers is a plague bearer, and you will all probably come out being diseased in some way.
Well, I don't like the sound of that. Do y'all want to go talk to the guards above, or do we just enter from here?
Good. But I have a idea.
Okay.
And we all go to Group A except Spencer.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Ooh.
All right, the shoe is on the other foot.
Looks like the foot's on the other foot this time.
That's right. I don't got no feet left. Dalton,
What?
you're supposed to go in Group A.
Oh, come.
I. This is interesting for me. Hello.
Hello.
Well,
All right. So I don't know what just happened, but okay.
Hut. Football.
How does it feel, Spencer?
We're gonna do
I'm
a
lost. I'm
7-field pass. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know football.
Okay. So are we? I guess we're picking up right where we left off. So you're still in front of Greyfeather. He's talking to you guys. But he says, "So are you all ready to go into the sewers, or what do you have in store right now?"
Actually, I might have one last thing. Spencer, can you go into one-on-one with me?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to catch Zach off guard, Sawgrown off guard.
Okay.
I want to roll to see if I can steal the golden egg from his inventory. But I just wanted to do that over here because if I roll high enough,
you can roll right now.
yeah.
And if you want to, remember, you can do I believe you can do a GM roll where it's just between us on roll 20, so that nobody knows you're rolling.
Okay.
So
So
what
let
you'll
me
do
try
is
that then.
mouse over where the dice is on like the left-hand side of Roll20. Click the little GM tab, and then click the D20. You'll have to add your modifier yourself, but no one will see it.
Skills. Sleight of hand. There we go. Okay.
Okay, and then what's the additive?
Plus another 11, so 25.
Okay, he's gonna.
Just can you just tell him to like roll
Yeah,
just
I'm
to
just
see?
gonna ask him
'Cause
to
I don't.
roll, and I can do the additives in my head for him. I won't let him know what you took or that it was even you
Yeah.
taking it. So,
Yeah.
I'm actually not gonna ask him to do that now. I'm gonna actually wait a little later, so that it's not like he's gonna immediately guess you. Okay, like maybe like when you're in the middle of the sewers, I'm gonna have him roll. That's gonna be the check, and then I'll DM you directly saying whether or not it's in your inventory or not now.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Back in it.
Okay, cool. All right. There we go. All right. So you guys are in front of Gray Feather. What do you guys want to do right now?
Onward.
All right. So
Everybody go
follow
with
me
that.
here.
Oh, I guess we going onward.
So he takes you to the back area of the sewer, and it's just a long kind of pathway until you can see there seems to be a chalk line that's kind of written with runes in a complete circle from the ceiling all the way to the floor in a full circle, and a small blue fire kind of emanates from that area. And he says, all right, once you cross this line, you'll be walking into the sewers, and you're on your own.
Sounds good.
All right.
The flames will overcome the exit, and you will not be able to come back through this way. You'll have to find another way out.
Understood.
But why? That's weird.
So, he lets you guys walk through the flames into the darkness, and you can still see off a little bit a ways away from the flames. You can see just the sea of rats beginning over there, and you walk into the fire. And then, as you pass on to the other side, the flames kind of reform behind you, and it just looks like a blue inferno behind you, and you're now left face to face with the rats.
Oh.
That was quick.
Uh-oh.
Just walking in.
All the rats are right there.
You're just in a tunnel. The blue flames are keeping the rats out of the sanctum that all the Tengu are hiding at.
Well, now we get the chopping.
Let's do it.
I didn't fill out my tax forms. Am I gonna get paid for this with shinies?
Who knows? Maybe.
Oh God.
So what you doing? You're face to face with the millions of rats. They're like about, I'll say, 20 feet away from you guys at the start, and you're just in a tunnel underground in the sewers.
Do we have a map for this or no?
You have no map. I have a
We
map.
need some sort of lights.
You guys have to
Okay.
figure out where you are, and you have to remember left or right wherever you're going.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Uh,
We're
I'm having
dead.
fun with this.
Let's. Right. Hold on. Over here. Do this. Is there a straight left right kind of thing?
Right now, you're in front of like a sea of rats. You haven't even started walking through or wading through the rats yet, so you just see straight ahead of you.
Is there any way we can get one of those blue flames with us?
You've already passed on the other side. You can't ask for anything.
Say, hey, throw one of those things to me. Say, hey!
You hear no response on the other side.
Spencer! Why you gotta be that way?
because you guys decided to go down here. You were ready.
Well, somebody like cast like light or something.
Do I have that system?
I don't have that.
Is that only Ventnor that has it?
Dalton has it. Where's Dalton?
What? I'm here. I'm
Benedict?
sorry. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm barely awake. I'm sorry. What do y'all need?
Cast,
What I have?
cast light.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I cast light on someone.
You have to cast it on an object.
I cast it on a pebble and awkwardly tossed the pebble to Leonardo.
You are now
Oh,
holding the pebble.
Seems like a very poor thing for. I'm gonna throw it at the rat in the middle of the rats, I
You
guess.
throw it in the middle of the rats. How far are you going to throw it? You can throw it up to like 20, 30 feet.
Oh, that's right. I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like roll to get like a somewhat of a feel for possibly where they're at?
What, the rats? I mean, I'll say because of the blue flames, you can see up to about like 30, 40 feet into the rat swarm.
Oh.
So like you know where you're throwing it to.
30 feet in.
You chuck it about 30 feet in, and where the pebble lands, it's farther than you guys are actually at, so you would have to move through about like 10 feet of rats before you got to the pebble, but it clears out about a 20-foot radius of rats. They all kind of run away from where the light lands at.
Does anybody have an area of effect?
Oh. I have nothing. I have Mage Hand. That's about it. I could take the Mage Hand with the rock and then just kind of start moving that, probably.
Well, I mean, the reason why I say it is because like there's a crap ton of these rats, but they might not have much health to them.
No, I think the only person that could really do anything about the rats is probably Dalton, because he has that cloak. That's the only thing. Okay. My Eidolon does have Burning Hands. He can cast it once per day. So
I'm just gonna start slicing at some rats, and then you can do any kind of area effect that you have, Zach. So do I need to roll, Spencer?
I mean, you're just gonna roll damage because you're just hitting them, but
Okay.
you're just continuously slicing through them, and it's like not making a dent. There's too many of these little rats.
Oh Jesus. Okay. I was hoping it would make like at least like a pathway.
Go away.
That's good.
Yeah, she scared me.
I could do Acid Splash, but that's just like a tiny little puddle.
Well, I think our main point would be to just like try and find Piper.
We need a flamethrower.
Oh! Hey, well, I can only cast that 2 times. It's only 40 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to. I don't even know if I can do this. So Spencer, I want to just go invisible,
Okay.
grab the rock, and try and just like dexterity my way across these leagues of rats to try
Okay.
and search for.
You're going to run through the rats.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You're
just try and
invisible.
look for the Piper.
This is a sea of rats. Dexteritying your way away. I'll say it's 10 feet away, so for the first square, you're fine. The second square, they're going to notice you. You'll just take like a single point of damage. So you make it all the way to the rock. You now have the rock again.
Okay.
It's now emitting this 40 feet across. It's a 20-foot radius.
Okay. So, with every step I take, is it every 5 feet I'm taking 1 damage?
It's only because you passed through where the rats were. While you're holding the stone, you're safe.
Okay.
Yeah, the light keeps the rats away.
Oh.
The rats are
Alright, well,
scared of the
right.
light coming from the rock.
Oh,
So that's the
I
reason.
say,
this is
come
a
back!
safety area.
hey, everybody, come to me.
No, you're 30 feet away.
No, but that's so much walking.
Just gotta walk.
I'm gonna walk
Move-
up
move
to
10 feet.
Elijah and I'm gonna ask him for a shiny rock, please.
I cast light on a pebble and toss it to Sorgon.
You
Ogron.
cast light.
How many-
Rio, the
how many
light
cast
from
lights
the
do you have?
stone disappears. It's now
Oh,
darkness.
God.
The rats are swarming you.
I
What are you guys gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I
You
throw
gotta
the
act fast.
rock at Rio.
The sea
I
starts
threw the
coming
rock
at
at
you.
Rio.
It barely stops before it hits you, and the rock lands at your feet. You're safe again.
Okay.
You can only do one object at a
Terrible.
time with light, Dalton.
That's
I
good to
know
know.
You learn.
Okay.
It taught me
Right.
something.
Oh, no.
Almost killed Jesse there.
Oh, that would have been sick. What is...
Oh,
I like to throw a loaf of bread to the side so I can run to Rio.
You're gonna throw a loaf of bread.
Yes, like instead of straight, I'm gonna throw it to like to the right,
I'll
so
say
all
it
of them.
thins out for like maybe a second or two. So you gotta act fast. You can do one thing, which is just run straight at Rio.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, you run straight at him. Does everyone else want to run to where Rio is at?
wait. I wanna ask the rats to kindly part between me and Rio.
You're gonna talk to him. Okay, so you're gonna talk to the rats. You start speaking in rat to them, and as you do that, you just hear them almost as in unison as a single creature. They say, "Death to all that live, death," and that's all you hear.
But they live.
Are they living?
Well, then I'm gonna do this. Then I'm going to cast not Microsoft Outlook. I'm gonna cast Spider Climb, and I'm gonna start just climbing up onto the ceiling, right above them,
You
right above the
climb-
light.
Climb on the ceiling from where you're at, and you go over where the rats are at. And how long does spider climb last?
It's gonna last for 40 minutes, but I'm gonna be walking right above Rio and them where lights
Climb
casted.
right above where the light is. You're good. You're safe up there. You're spider climbing. So now you guys are able to move. You're now, I'm gonna say everyone. Dalton, I guess you're zonked, but I'll say you're with the group.
Yeah, I'm here. Kinda.
So you've now entered the dungeon. So everyone is now entered inside of it. You go straight for about 300 feet, and then you come to a fork. You can go left or right. Which direction do you want to take?
Right?
Can I see anything from where I am on the ceiling?
You can look down both paths. They both go into darkness. You have dark vision, but you can see as far as you can. They go to the limit.
So far we've only gone straight, right?
Yeah. Now you can go left or right.
Okay. Can I start walking, just going down the hallway by myself to the left until I
You have
reach a
dark
wall?
vision, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see up to 30 feet.
You go by yourself down this hall, and you come to another branching paths of left or right.
Okay,
Where did you go? You went right.
I went left.
You went left.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the group
Okay.
where I came. There's only left or right down that way.
Okay,
So that's
my vote is that we find a direction and we stick with it. So if we go left, we keep going left. If we go right, we keep going right. Because that's how basic
Well,
music works.
how
Oh.
out of character, how every maze works. You always follow the left wall, and you'll eventually
it.
reach your destination. It takes a
Since we're
while.
sitting there watching it, and he's like, "Oh, that doesn't work."
Oh god, I heard the snicker. Oh no. Good thing that was out of character.
You're welcome. So which way you guys want to go?
I
Okay.
went. How many minutes has it been?
I'll say because of think about how long you have spider climb, checking out the spot, coming back. It's been about 10 minutes, so you got about 40 or so more minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go down the right hallway, look left and right, and then come back. Or I guess
Go-
look wherever that hallway leads.
You go down the right hallway about 300 or so feet, and you come to another branching path left and right.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to the group where the light
Okay.
is,
Gotcha.
and
You go back.
probably spider climb is going to end soon.
You're at 20 minutes now, so you got 20 more minutes left.
Sicky. Okay.
Alright.
Well, that's what we got. We got left and right, and then from there, left and right. I'm drawing it out on paint, out of character. So which way we want to go? You want to go left? You want to go right?
Well, I mean, I'm voting with what Madeline said. We just pick a direction. We keep going that direction, right? I'm letting y'all vote because I'm aiming the light.
Then we go that way, and I point to the north, to the wall.
I move your hand to the left. I'm like, "That's the way we're going."
Alright, so you guys go left. Then.
Till the sweat drip down my... Oh, wait.
Alright, so you guys go left, and then you come to the next branching paths. It goes left and right. Which way would you rather go?
I pick first. It's nice. It's you guys.
Left! Let's go left!
Okay. You go left for a little while. Come to another set of branching paths.
Are they left and right again?
Left and right. Branching paths. Yep.
Well, if we go left, then we made a square. Or a rectangle. What y'all going to do? You want to go left or you want to go right?
You pick.
Oh my goodness. Let's go right then. We're just going to go this way. We're going right.
Right.
Yup.
And you come to another branching paths. But where
Alright.
you're here, Dalton, are you there?
I sure am.
Roll a knowledge check of just straight intelligence, just to remember.
Okay, let me see what my intelligence is.
Actually, just do a perception check.
Let me see what my perception is.
Seven.
7. Okay.
And Zach, you roll for me too right now.
Oh, I roll. What was it again?
Just do. Actually, yours is just different. Just go. Actually, no, it is a perception check. Roll a perception check.
Ooh,
I'm nat 20.
Yeah, you.
Oh
you,
my
you got it.
God.
Elijah, you're good, but I want to see what Sunvar gets here.
Well, it's not going to be a nat 20.
Might.
Well, it was a 21 though.
Good to know. So Elijah, you notice you're back in where you were earlier in the sewers.
Cool.
This is the area that you saw the guy with the red orb at. You can kind of see where there's a small overhead spot where there is light coming in, but that you know kind of you're back in the same area.
Sounds good.
Okay. You can go down the path. You can see to your right was the path where this person was at, and to the left will take you back towards where your rope was left. You want to go right?
Left.
Okay, you go left. You go left, and you come back to that first set of branching paths. You know, if you go left, you'll go back to your rope. If you go right, that's the way you didn't go.
Let's go right.
Okay, you go right. This is a very, very long hallway that you're actually traveling down now. The farther you go down into it, you can see the walls of stone slowly look more and more like they've been torn up, or they've been actually taken out of the ground, so mud is actually exposed to the air. The cement's no longer there. The rats are starting to get thicker and thicker until you reach what looks like a massive room. In this room, you see in this room you can see there's a lot more rats than usual in here. In the center of the room, light kind of comes down almost if it were a holy light onto this small central area that kind of looks like a manger of sorts. You can see there's a lot. The rats are a bit
Where's the
thicker.
light shining down on?
So it's a large room. The room is about 100 feet across, and the light that's shining down onto what looks like a small manger, and there's something inside of it. You can see there's lots of rats swarming around, kind of vortexing around where this little spot is. And the rats in this area seem a bit more feral, and they also seem to look a little bit more, I guess, stronger and larger in size compared to the rats in the rest of the tunnels you've been in so far.
Okay.
You guys are on the outside of the room at the moment.
Does the rat start freaking out a little bit when we walk near them with the light?
While you're holding the stone, as you enter into the room, you can... everyone roll a perception check. Everyone can. About this.
Oh, okay.
What is my... Where is it? Hang on.
Oh,
I'm looking
not
for
as
it.
good. Not as good.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys walk into this room, and you just see there's a lot of rats in here, and the manger in the center. You can see on the other side of this large room there's a tunnel, and to your right there's another tunnel, but there's also the manger in the center of the room with the light shining on it.
So there's a tunnel to the right, and where?
So, I'll say you guys entered this tunnel from the east. You can see there's a tunnel on the west and in the north of this room.
That went in!
What?
Like us watching hockey.
That's
Oh,
fair.
Well, what do y'all want to do?
I would like to go check out the manger, but I want Rio to come with me so I don't get eaten by rats.
I mean, you're all kind of trapped by the range of the pebbles, so I mean,
so we'd all have to.
you all have to go.
Yeah, I figured we had to do things as like a group.
Yeah, I guess I'll go down there. You know,
So you
rats and
guys
all.
go into the. It also spider climbs ran up right now, so you're with the group now.
Oh yeah, no, I've been with
Just
the
wanted
group
to
for
make
a
sure.
bit now. Yeah.
So
I would have
the,
walked over there if I still had it, like on the ceiling.
So the spider climb has run out. You're with the group. Everyone is walking forward towards the little manger in the center of the room, and as you get closer and closer, you can hear kind of this screaming coming to the rats all around you, getting louder and louder. And you approach the center of the room, and there, you look. You're about maybe 10 feet from the manger itself. And you can see in this little manger, it looks like 5 almost perfect. It's a weird way to say it, but perfect looking mice in this little manger, and all of their tails have been tied together.
Like all like a bundle,
What?
like a bundle, like
Yeah,
they're all
so-
tied together and
So all 5 of them are kind of sleeping in this manger, and all 5 of their tails are tied together, as in like one ball of tails
Oh.
tied.
Are they shiny?
They have kind of. It's not really shiny. It's like there's a holy aura you can kind of get off of them looking at.
So you say they were mice, but they weren't rats.
They aren't necessarily rats. They look like mice.
So it can't be the Rat King's little babies because they're not mice. They're not rats.
What if it's the rat queen?
Well, then they still would be rats. She's a rat queen. She's a mice queen. Different.
Whatever, Remy. I guess you have to be right all the time.
Yes.
Well, what do we do from here? I mean, do we just take the mice with us?
How big is that manger?
So the manger is, I'll say, it's pretty much just a small box, maybe like 2 feet by 2 feet. It's this little square box, and it's full of just hay, and you can just see these little mice.
Why don't we just take the box?
You want
It'd be
to?
easier to hold them than mine.
Well,
I
they're
was just talking
not
about people
shiny,
in
but they
general.
are shiny, so I could get behind that. They don't seem like bad mice.
I guess that is Sauron's way of volunteering.
Oh, okay. Are they're in a box right now, just in there? Or do I need to
It's
like have
an
a
open.
box?
It's an open box. So it's a manger. Do you know what a manger is?
Yeah, I know what a manger
Yeah.
is. Is
So it's
is it
it's
just
a
them
box
in the
kind-
manger, or is there a box in the manger with
The
them in the
manger.
box?
It's the manger. Just is kind of a box. It's just a square box with hay in it, and it's like
Okay, but it
Yeah. it's not.
so
there is
okay,
not
so
a
I would
box
I would be
depicted
able to
as
like
box.
pick up. Oh, okay. So I wouldn't be able to pick up like the manger and
No, you would have to pick up the
Um,
little mice themselves.
I want to move my hands close to the mice, but I'm kind of scared, so I just want to see their reaction.
You move your hand close to the mice, and almost instantly you can see the swarms of rats get very close. They actually inch in by about 10 feet on all sides of the light. You guys are now kind of shoulder to shoulder standing, because just to stay out of the range of the rats are now fighting in past where they're comfortable in the light, just to fight you off for getting so close to the mouse.
Maybe we shouldn't.
I pull my hand away.
You pull your hand away, and they stay as close as they are still.
Oh, what the heck?
Oh no! I say, what if I shoot my magical missile at them?
You shoot
I
your
don't do it. I
magic
just say it. No, I don't do it. I just say it out loud.
Let's go!
Sorry. It sounds like my dad.
Max says you sound like his dad.
His dad sounds awesome.
That's awesome.
He gets so worked up over like baseball or hockey. He's like, "Yeah! Come on!" It's just, oh man. Anyway, Well, I guess since they're this close, I don't know. What are the rats saying? Can I like listen into what
did
they're
you?
saying?
Okay, so I'll say you're using the ring now to kind of understand them.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're listening in on what they're saying, and they say, "The chosen, the chosen, the chosen patron, the chosen god," and they keep swirling around the mouse and you guys.
Can I ask them why they're chosen?
Um, sure. You ask them, and you can see some of the rats just start humming together, and they say, "Blessed soul of a god, new sibling, born to Zon-Cathon,
Zonkathon.
brother of the Vardant, brother of the Ifrit, brother of the Storm Lord, brother of the Krampus."
Oh. Hold on. I gotta write this down. The Stormlord. Krampus. What was the main deity's name again? Varden? Or no?
Zon-Cathon.
Zonkathon.
I'll translate a little easier. They're saying, this is the child of Zon-Cathon, a sibling to the Vardant and the other patrons.
Okay. Okay. Zonkathon is. Okay. Do I understand what they're saying when I move my hand close to the mice then?
You move your hand close to the little mice, and as you hover your hand over them, are you trying to understand what the little sleeping mice are saying in their sleep?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with them first. I kind of want to hear.
You hover your hand over them, and as you do, you hear whispers in your ears. And it's not even because of the ring, it's because you hear something else talking to you from them. And you look closer, since you're the closest of anyone, you can see the little mice in this manger. And upon closer inspection, they're not breathing. And you hear in the back of your head, you hear in the back of your head, "We promise power. We promise strength. Take a grain, a piece of wheat of our manger, and eat it, and we shall not war with us." And that's what you hear.
Can I?
Eat it, Zach.
Well, can I understand like their well, what's it called? Sense their motive behind this? Like, are they trying to do me some evil? Or are they trying to do me some? Well, I guess evil and good in my perception.
You're an idiot.
Oh, okay.
Brain-wise.
Yep. Yes.
But
I'm glad you did.
You're at least wise, so you understand.
Oh yeah, I am a
What
little
this
wise.
is.
I'm at least a little wise.
You're
Yeah.
a little wise. You'll do dumb stuff, but that doesn't mean like you'll do life-threatening things.
Yeah,
You're
I'm just
smart enough.
your average wise.
You grew up. Historically, you grew up with the Dragon Knights. You've heard of things like tieflings and demons in the past. This is definitely a demon of sorts that you're making a deal with if you were to accept. And you know that you're basically binding your soul to this. You're smart enough to understand that. You're going to have to do as they say, or else you'll lose the power. And sometimes it can be more
Interesting.
than just the power you'll lose.
That's really tempting, yo. That's actually really tempting.
If you want to
Um,
know
can
what
that-
the offer is, how I work this, I'll tell you what I told Holden and Dalton. How it works is, depending on if you're a spellcaster or a melee-based class, you're kind of weird because you're in between, but you'll be more of a spellcaster. What you'll do is I'll make you choose a sorcerer bloodline. You get pretty much all the level up bloodline powers and all the spells that they get. You just don't know what sorcerer bloodline this is.
Well, it's obviously the rat bloodline. Can I? Is this like? Can I see the wheat in the manger and realize that it's like a special wheat? Like
The wheat looks holy. It's shining, kind of made of gold. This is not really natural growing. You know that.
okay. What do I? Like, if I ate that, what would Nethys think, or I guess the Dragon Knights think of me? Like,
They would not like this at all.
okay, I'm gonna grab the wheat and I'm gonna put it in my backpack
Okay.
because it's shiny.
Okay. You take the shiny wheat and you leave it in your bag.
And I'm gonna name it in my inventory "Shiny Special Wheat."
Okay. As you
And
take a little piece of the wheat, all the rats swarming around you closely kind of pull back. And you now have a little bit more space to move again. They're back at the same distance they were earlier.
okay. Instead of putting it in my backpack, I'm gonna hold it in my hand. I want to see what happens because I'm kind
Nothing happens.
of. Okay, so it's still like golden and everything, shiny.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna keep it in my hands.
Okay.
I'm not gonna touch the rats though. I don't want to touch the rats.
Okay. You don't touch the rats. And then you hear in the back of your head, think about it. The wheat never goes bad. And that's all you hear.
Wow. So if I get really hungry one day, I might actually eat this. If I run out of cookies, that's what I say out loud.
God forbid.
I'll put it in my backpack.
Okay, so you got that in your backpack now.
Hey.
So you guys are now in this large room with the rats and the single manger. You have the west tunnel and the north tunnel.
Oh, there's still okay. There's tunnels within this room.
Yeah, you came in.
Okay.
the east
Oh,
side.
right.
There's
We
the
came
north
in the
and
east.
west
Okay,
tunnel.
so but there's a west. Okay. I need to make this page bigger. Okay, there we go. All right, that works. And then I'm gonna take that and move it. Okay. Do we want to keep going down or west, or are we going to go back to where we came from?
We have north.
Unless y'all want to take some wheat and eat it. I mean, y'all can take some wheat and eat it. Anyone? Do they know that if what happens with the wheat? If they don't, I'll just tell them. Kind of, I'll explain it. But
I'll say that you can explain what the wheat does. So the offer is open for anyone to take if they wanted to.
Oh, it could be one of those things where, like, in a dire situation, I could use it like a power up. Oh, what would happen? Oh, I don't want to think too much. Okay. Are we gonna go back to where we came from? Anyone eating wheat? Or are we gonna continue on west?
We have west or north. We came from the east.
Yeah, east. Wait, is there a northern tunnel?
There's a north
There's two
tunnel and a
tunnels.
west. Yeah, there's a north and
okay.
a west, and then you came from the east.
Y'all wanna go north?
Sure.
We going north then, I guess.
All right, you guys go northward, and as you travel through this tunnel, the rock in the room seems to kind of come back. You're no longer in the muddy kind of tunnel area. It looks like it's made of old stone as you're looking around.
We chose north, right?
Yeah, you
Yes.
chose north. And then you come to another large room. But as soon as you get to the entrance to this room, the rats stop. There's no more rats in this room.
Oh.
You look,
Huh.
deep inside of this tunnel, in this large room, and you can see sitting on what looks like a stone made out of marble. Is
What? Sitting on like a
man.
stone throne?
Yeah, stone. Yeah, it's a
Is
stone.
it the Piper?
He's holding a pipe, wearing a
The
tall
Piper.
top hat, and he's just sitting there smiling. He wears colorful clothes of pink, blues, and yellows. And he looks up at you, and you don't see eyes where his eyes should be. It's just hollow, empty, and dark. He smiles.
Oh, look at Sawgrown.
He smiles with a mouth full of sharp teeth, almost looking like a shark's maw. And he says, "Welcome to my domain, children.
I ain't a child.
Come."
I just want to argue with him. I say, I'm not a child.
And he says, "Everyone is a child if you're as old as I am. I've lived beyond the lifetime of my kind."
What does that mean? Hold on. How old is that? I raise my hand. How old is that?
You say that, he looks at you and he says, "Well, I didn't really keep track.
That's understandable. I lose track too. Never
It's at
mind.
least 2 ages ago."
2 ages. So, and I start counting on my fingers. I was 2 ages ago. I was 30. No, 16. Wait, and then I'm just sitting there. I don't even know. I'm like trying to calculate.
He just sits there and he
I'm
says,
just super confused.
"It's over 3,000 years, you idiot."
I start counting on my fingers to 3,000.
We'll be here for years.
The man sits in the center of the room and he looks at you and he just says, "Do you think that you can even insult me in my domain?"
I'm still counting. I'm like really low. Like on
I'm
level
like-
12.
Are we insulting you? I'm just asking questions.
Hold on, I messed up my count. I was on 12. Now I gotta start over. I start.
He stands up
You
and he
remembered your
says-
count?
He stands up and he says, "If any of you can lay a hand on me, I doubt you can, then I'll respect you."
I poke Sawgrown and I whisper, Mage Hand.
Yeah. Loophole.
Poopo, poopo.
Well, I was thinking the exact same thing.
I only got up to number 7, but I guess I can, and I just mage hand towards him.
You mage hands toward him. Roll a spell resistance check.
Oh, that's D20. What do I add to that?
D20 plus your level, plus your modifier for spells. So it'll be your charisma modifier plus your level
Oh.
plus the D20.
Oh, wow, yeah, I forgot about that modifier. So spell modifier plus level, and then D20.
Yeah.
It teetered on the 20.
You cast your mage hand at him, and it doesn't even get within about like 20 feet of him, and you just see some sort of just darkness kind of overtakes the hand, making it just fade out of existence. And he just smiles.
I poke Sawgrown again and I whisper, "You want to do what we talked about? Or no?"
Do it again.
Wait, what? Do what we talked about.
Do you want to do what we talked about or no?
Whoa.
What did we talk about? Oh, about the...
Yeah. Up to you.
Oh! No, it's mine. That's
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well... No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
The dice have told me.
He
So
looks up at you
The
guys.
dice have told me.
And he says, maybe my pets can make things a little interesting. And then he starts playing his little flute. And you see from behind the throne is 10 large dire rats with their tails tied together, crawling out.
I shoot a magic missile at him.
Yeah, you can try. You'll have to make a same spell resistance check. It's gonna be... You'll add 1 to it, and that's gonna be it. You're gonna roll a d20.
Okay. Oh, that didn't happen.
You do, yeah, no, it does not happen. You cast the spell, and it completely fizzles when it's like within like 50 feet of him. And
Question.
answer.
Are they all in like one line?
What, the rats?
Yeah.
So the rats, they just take up a spot of space because they're all kind of like running on top of each other. They're very slow, but they're very strong. It's weird, but
Okay.
that's how they work.
But are they in like one line, like straight down the middle, or pretty close to it?
With the boogeyman, or what?
You said there were like a bunch of like rats, like 10 of them.
There are 10 rats all tied together by their tails. This is the Rat King.
Okay,
Yeah, technically it's a single entity.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Regardless, can I cast Flaming Sphere at it?
Yeah, you can. It's right next to the boogeyman. Actually, no, that's good since you're not focusing him. It can go past him. So you're going to cast it at the Rat King.
Yep. Do I need to roll?
Yeah, that's you know the spell, so you're the one who has to roll the stuff.
Awesome. 1 second. Says a successful reflex save and negate the damage. I assume it just automatically hits you.
Yes. He just
Probably if you're 30.
It has to roll
Yeah.
a reflex save. You're about 50 feet away, so you've started casting
Okay.
it. It's on its way to it.
Okay, sounds good.
We can... I'll say, actually, before that, Dalton, do you want me to say you didn't cast that, and next week, when we actually do the combat stuff for all this, that's when you cast it, at the start of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that instead, so nothing happens. I'm going to describe the battlefield so there's no surprises to you guys. As you guys start attacking, the Pied Piper starts playing his flute. You can see the Rat King crawls out from behind his throne and starts charging towards you guys. And you can also see a good number of swarms of rats start forming on the battlefield, along with a good number of dire rats. I'm gonna say it's 4 swarms of rats, 5 dire rats, and then you have the Rat King itself, and you just have the Pied Piper playing his pipe.
Okay. When are we playing next?
We'll have. What do you say?
When are we playing next?
I will decide that once. I think you've already sent me your schedule, Madeline. And I think we'll be kind of running off of that. If anyone knows if they'll be off in the next, or if you have any reason that you won't be able to play in the next week or two, let me know. And I'll also try and play around that. Experience points your characters earned this time. You guys didn't really get into much combat, so I'm just going to give you guys a flat 250 per person.
250.
250 per
250.
person. when we start combat next week, Holden will be a part of this as long as he is here. Here to help you guys. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's it. Dalton, I think you're actually good. Yeah, you got all your stuff done there. I think we're good. Any questions from anybody about anything else?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm tired.
All right. You guys are good now, I guess. All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
All right.
But
Good night.